Yeah, I'm Jim Silliman with the National Transportation Safety Board. Certainly want to convey our condolences to the family and friends of the people who lost their lives, and also to the pilot who is involved in this. It's an unfortunate accident and a lot of loss of life, and so we want to extend our sense of grief and also our condolences to the family. We also want to thank the U.S. Coast Guard for their efforts, the Michigan State Police, the Mason County Sheriff's Department, the Oceana County Sheriff's Department, and the Michigan DNRE. Special thanks to the Michigan State Police Divers Unit. Of course, they did a great job with locating the aircraft, locating the passengers who were missing, and being able to retrieve them. So it's a great honor to them to be able to have gotten those folks retrieved and to their families. Our task right now is, as the NTSB, is to do a preliminary investigation of the facts of this accident. To that purpose, we were able to bring the aircraft up off the bottom yesterday with the help of the insurance company who contracted with local salvage units here and also dive masters from the area. They were able to go out yesterday and retrieve the aircraft and the engine. We brought it back into the harbor last night, and the aircraft is now in a storage facility in Ludington. Today we started our examination of the aircraft. We have the FAA on site. There's 3 members of the FAA from the Grand Rapids FSDO, and also representatives from Cessna Aircraft Corporation and also Continental Motors. Today we're in the process of going through a methodical inspection of the aircraft and also of the logbooks for the aircraft, and also we have a pilot logbook as well. So we'll be looking at the aircraft in a very methodical, detailed inspection. We'll be continuing on today with that process and also tomorrow, possibly extending into Wednesday. We'll also be talking with the pilot and also looking at the pilot history. And although weather was not a problem in this, that's typically one of those things we look at as well. If you have any questions at this time, I'll take those.
How did you find the other bodies?
That's really should be stated to the Michigan State Police. The dive unit actually located the bodies and were able to retrieve them. But I had very little interaction with them. They did that as a separate search.
In your experience, is it rare in a crash like this to find all the survivors in the manner that they did?
I'm not sure if it's rare, but it certainly shows the dedication that the police had in locating these people and the bodies to be able to retrieve the 4 bodies within a week and be able to retrieve the aircraft. It's not something that's typically done.
Are you investigating Cessna 206 type planes specifically? And have you heard, we've heard that this type of aircraft has been under scrutiny for some time. Is that true?
Well, we're certainly inspecting this aircraft. It's a Cessna 206, and we'll be going through a methodical search of the aircraft. That will include the continuity of the flight controls, of the fuel system, the ignition system, all the different subcomponents of that. Today we're going to be inspecting the engine thoroughly, and then we anticipate that the engine will be shipped to Mobile, Alabama for further teardown or possibly for an engine run at Mobile. So we'll be looking at that. As far as any other things about the Cessna 206, we'll be doing research as necessary.
Have you found anything so far that you can say?
Well, this is the preliminary part of the investigation, so we're just fact-finding now, and so it'd be premature to talk about anything that we found. But we just have to get all the facts, and that's from multiple different sources.
Would you say the flap blocking the passenger door trapped the 2 people that were found in the plane?
Well, we're looking at that as far as one of those facts of the investigation. Certainly we have to determine if the flaps were down and what effect that had as far as survival. So it's something that we'll be looking at.
Were all 4 people wearing life vests?
We're trying to determine that exactly. The state police probably has better records, so we're trying to contact them to find out specifically what condition the life preservers are in and who are wearing the vests and so forth. That's still something that I wouldn't want to state it categorically, because we haven't confirmed with the state police exactly what condition they're in.
Following your investigation here, are you transporting the plane somewhere?
We anticipate the airplane will be shipped to a storage facility in Michigan near Detroit on Wednesday. And then the engine will be shipped to the manufacturer for further testing or teardown.
Are you looking at the fuel pump specifically? We had heard that there was something wrong with the fuel pump, and that's why they lost power.
Well, certainly that would be one of the components that we look at, but we look at the entire engine and the complete fuel system, and that's just one component. So as far as the fuel pump, that is just one of many components that we'll be checking.
Now, would you caution people about flying single-engine airplanes over Lake Michigan?
Well, they have to understand that there's an added risk. Certainly, two engines would reduce the risk of flying over the lake. One engine is just creates greater risk.
Will you be checking the life jackets to see if they were workable or if they work?
We looked at those this morning. We tried to determine if the CO2 cartridges had been activated, and then we took photos of the vests themselves. That's another thing that we want to talk to the Michigan State Police, the dive unit, about what condition they found them in. So it's one of those details that we're still trying to track down exactly what condition they were in when the state police found them.
Looking at them today, does it look like they were activated?
Well, we know that some were, but we have to make sure that we understand exactly which ones were and which ones were not.
How many people are here during the preliminary investigation?
Well, right now there's about 6 of us on the team right now.